Boom. Alright, today is going to be a little different because I'm going to teach you guys how to wheelie your Yozma IN10 or really just any dirt bike you have. Before we get into it, I would highly recommend disconnecting your brake sensor, which is this little guy with this cord. I just cut mine, and some bikes you can just unplug it because it's like right here, but to unplug this it goes into the frame, so I just cut it and just made it easier because I never wanted it anyways. So starting with the progression, the rear brake is your best friend. Always make sure you have 1 or 2 fingers. I like to keep 2, and what this brake does is when the bike comes up and you feel like you're gonna fall over backwards, you pull the rear brake and that's gonna bring you back down. So if I pull it up and I hit the rear brake, it brings it back down. That's how people can ride a wheelie for so long, because they use the rear brake to manage the angle of the bike when you're wheeling. What I would recommend doing, always learn how to wheelie slow, and then as you progress, then you can go faster. That way when you crash, you don't get seriously injured. What I would do is keep your fingers on the rear brake without squeezing the rear brake though. Put your feet on the ground and then pull the throttle. Lift the bike up to about here, and then I want you to sit on the bike just like this. Start giving gas and then pull your feet up and just kind of walk it like this, and then use the rear brake to bring yourself back down. Pull up, drag your feet, rear brake, throttle, rear brake, throttle, rear brake, etc., etc. So with your feet on the foot pegs, just kind of cruise at like 3 miles an hour. Lean forward, pull up while giving throttle. Make sure your fingers are always on the rear brake, so that way you can squeeze it if you feel like you're gonna fall backwards. Once you get comfortable with that, what you can do is put your ankles and rest them on the foot pegs when you're doing your wheelie. But when you come back down like this, you have to make sure to lift your feet back onto the foot pegs. Otherwise, when you come back down, you're gonna crush your ankles against the foot peg. Then I'm gonna scoot my ankles forward and rest them against the foot pegs. Just like that. This makes it way more comfortable to wheelie, and it makes it actually just a little easier to balance. Just like that. And then last but not least, if you want to do a one-hander where you let go of the throttle side, what you're going to do is you're going to rest your ankles on the foot pegs again, squeeze the frame with your knees, point your toes in so that way they kind of lock underneath the frame. That way you're squeezing the bike and holding on, and you can let go with one hand. Gain a little bit of speed, pop it up, squeeze the frame with your legs and feet, and then, it's sometimes easier on different bikes when you have like the side panels right here, because then your knees can grip better. Squeeze the frame with your legs, point your toes in underneath the frame, make sure you're cruising at roughly 12 miles per hour. Let go, just like that. Oh. Boom. But yeah, that's the basics on how to wheelie your dirt bike and, well, your electric dirt bike. The only way you're ever going to learn how to wheelie is if you learn how to manage the rear brake, because this is how you don't crash.